I feel like life can't be solved with booze, but it's a good enough solution for the temporary. It can help. Hopefully, it doesn't slip you into that dark place where you can't escape and then find new solutions. Hopefully, it can be a small coasting mechanism so you can find better solutions. Ultimately, my big plan is to end up in the middle of the woods, alone, maybe drunk, perhaps naked, doesn't have to be, and have questionable things happen. Like, I just wake up and there's like a severed goat's head next to me, and I need to figure out what happened.
Wow, I didn't know Jason was doing the intro this week.
Well, guys, welcome to the Bear Island podcast.
Alright, that one will do. Welcome to Bear Island. And you know what? Fuck it. No, just redact, strike it through, take the marker, white out, jizz on the paper, make sure nobody can see that. Redacted. Do you think jizz would actually work as whiteout if you tried it?
No.
No,
As someone that
definitely
has
not.
tried it, it does not work.
I believe
When
that.
did you try that?
I don't ask any questions.
I
Come
wouldn't
on.
push it either.
Yeah,
I just
don't ask.
I don't
I'm
think
not
I've
surprised.
actually ever legitimately ejaculated onto paper before.
I've never ejaculated onto paper intentionally that I can think of.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Unless tissues count, but they don't.
I've
also never
definitely
hot
nutted on things that
glued
were
anything.
not supposed to be nutted on, but almost all of it is accidental.
I assume that's kind of
Including
a
yourself.
growing Welcome to the Redacted podcast, where the first minute I usually ramble innatity, and then everyone cracks up. I'm Matt. I'm the guy who runs this shit and edits it, because I have to put work into this.
I'm
We'll
Kai.
get to one of them. There he is.
we'll eventually get there.
Sorry, I was too busy laughing at Jason as normal.
True. Hi, I'm Jason.
And we're some fucking schmucks. Unintentional nutting and a deep cat behind the door is a hot topic of the universe.
Just wants attention.
Yeah, that's
Just
like
wants love.
she wants it, she ain't getting it.
I'm waiting for the podcast that all three of our cats make a cameo appearance.
Yeah, that'll
Because it's usually your guys's. It's usually
Mm-hmm.
Aiko, and then the stream is usually Jizargo. But Sam is very rare. He occasionally caterwauls in the distance.
that'll be like our
Usually
lottery,
get Jizargo
like the
from-
cat lottery. Find the episode where all three cats appear.
Oh shit, yeah. Well,
You have another
if you guys
secret
can do
lottery
that,
in our
you'll get
videos.
something. Yup. Yup.
All one of our viewers. Hi, Emily.
Yeah,
Hello.
actually.
Yeah.
So, what's up with you guys? Other than nutting on things you're not supposed to.
Well, I was gonna tell a sweet anecdote about this time that I nutted on something I wasn't supposed to, but I have taken that away. from me.
Judgment.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and give your best judgment nut then.
I'm interested where you're going.
I'm not actually going anywhere with this. I don't have any.
Damn it.
Any good. Listen.
want another
I
good
blew the
funny
other
nut
one.
story.
I blew the other nut story on the stream.
Yeah,
So like it would be pointless to tell it again. Just like I incidentally blew on myself.
It wasn't accidental.
It wasn't my choice either.
Well, yes, but it wasn't accidental.
That's true.
She
The
wanted
nutting
you to
part
nut
was-
on yourself.
The nutting was very.
I want you to know, Jay, in that particular moment, you lived a lot of men's pornographic fantasies.
I know. It's
It just wasn't
fantastic.
Jason's.
It just was not
yeah,
mine.
That's got to be the worst thing when you're living someone else's pornographic dream, and it's not your fetish at all. It
And you're
couldn't be
just like,
further
"Ah,
from
I
your
don't
strike
want this."
zone.
Oh my god. Yep. This is not the thing that I wanted.
It's like falling into the wrong porn movie.
And then you're like, why am I here? Please get me
Man.
out.
What if you could be isekai to porn movies?
I feel like that's your actual dream.
Yeah. I think that would like.
No, that's a
Man.
nightmare. That's a real nightmare for a lot of reasons, but the primary one is everyone's constantly in porn tier acting mode. Like, nobody acts like a rational human being. They just act like a
But-
porn tier actor.
I want to get
Like-
isekai'd into the Jurassic
Matt.
Park porn parody.
Like you're legit-
Have you guys seen that?
no.
It's really fucking funny. It's a good one. I'd recommend it.
Yes. Oh my fucking god.
What's it called? Is it called a? Oh fuck! Is it
Oh,
Jurassic
God.
Dong?
I think it is.
Jurassic. Oh, what's the full title?
Oh my god.
Jurassic...
Matt, I feel like that you would be the chosen one for like a porn isekai. Your
Nah.
special ability is that you are the main protagonist. You can nut 15
Nah.
times in one day.
I have never nut 15 times in one day. I do not double my
Yes.
like my average.
Yes, but here's the thing. This is why you're the chosen one.
Also,
We've talked about
special
crossing the
ability.
25 nut
Swollen
barrier
ding-dong.
before.
Yes, we have. God, you would need like a special serum injected into your veins.
25 nut barrier. No, but like if
25
you were in the
nut
porn isekai, like you'd have a legitimate problem in your life where it's like you're going to Subway and you just want to get fucking a sandwich. And you're like, hey, yeah, can I have a foot long? And he's like, yeah, you can. He just whips out his dick and shoves it into the bread. And you're just like, dude, I actually wanted to eat. You go home, your pipes get clogged, the plumber tries to fuck you in the ass and or include a shit tier fetish. You
Oh no.
you go out to the gas station and you apparently live in New Jersey and my cat broke down the door.
No, that's oddly specific.
Yeah, it's a specific one.
Oh, Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god, I still love. Oh my god, I love that your cat's able to break down your door.
It's just because I haven't fixed the hinges in like a year.
Yeah, but still, the fact that your tiny cat is
Body
able to
slam.
break down your door, just BOOM! And it has learned. She has learned
Yeah,
that she can get away with that, and it
Yeah.
works. And then you're within eyesight.
Listen, I can't beat my cat, so I don't know how to dissuade her from things.
Spray her with water.
I need a lot
Yeah,
more water.
a light mist would
Can I get
do
like
it.
a fire hose?
Dude, I have
Uh,
a fucking spray bottle next to me at all times for whenever Jazarga's being an asshole.
Need that
You'd be like,
immediately.
Hey, then he's like,
It's
"Ah."
great. I use it often because Jazarga's an asshole.
A lot of the time. yeah.
buddy?
Oh my god.
What a good kitty.
Uh,
But
Yeah,
yeah, you're
those
like
were
in
the
New
first
Jersey
things
and
I
you want to
bought.
get your gas filled, and then the guy's like, yeah, I'll fill your tank, and then you don't actually get any gas. It's a terrible universe where nothing actually productive gets done, and everyone's just trying to fuck constantly. It's like everyone's horny AF.
So it's
Oh
like
my
real life,
God.
but people actually fuck more.
Yes, because unlike in, actually the following sentence made me kind of stop in my tracks. It was unlike in real life, cheesy pickup lines work 100% of the time, and it got me thinking. Wait, I haven't really ever fully committed to cheesy pickup lines. I
They work.
don't know. Yeah, okay, so I guess
Depends on
in
the person,
reality, the only thing that separates the porn isekai from the real world is just your own inhibition.
yeah, no, you gotta commit to it. If you commit 100%, it works.
All right.
Otherwise, it just doesn't work. The cornier, the better. Usually, you gotta go all in though. You gotta put all of your chips on the board. 100%.
See, I can't commit to talking to a girl normally. So, I don't know how that's gonna work out for me.
Yeah, I'll fill your tank. Oh, what's
And that's
that?
when she spits out her
You
drink.
want a Fenway Frank, baby?
That's when she calls
Wink.
911. Sprays you in the face with pepper spray.
I think that only really happened like very rarely. I think most people would just disengage. A couple of like some people would totally yell at you for that. Others would probably laugh. More would disengage. Very few people would actually go out of their way to like assault you over the matter. unless you were persistent.
Depends how creepy you are about it.
Nah.
see,
If you
here's the
sounded
thing.
like how Jason just sounded.
It's not- Like, if you knew the person, right? If you've been talking to them once or twice, and, like, you whipped that out there, like, and you had a good conversation those prior times, they'd probably laugh if you knew them well enough. Either
Oh,
that, or
yeah.
they'd be like, dude, I'm not comfortable with that, please stop. With
I mean,
nervous
there's
laughter
always
and/or
different
disengage.
circumstances for everything.
There is. I think in my mind, I'm just being very optimistic about how horny everyone on Earth is.
It's also
Everything gets done. If you do it with confidence, most people are like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing.
Jason,
It doesn't matter what
you
it
should
is.
go
As long
out
as
of
you
your
do it
way.
with confidence.
Jason, you should go out of your way to get laid over like 50 times a month.
You know what? That would be very difficult.
That's at least
Oh,
two
yeah.
nuts a day.
Yeah, that's at least 2 nuts a day. But can I do it? You don't
you
see this,
full-
but I'm staring off into the distance.
Get
Contemplating
an
my life
artistic
decisions
red
up to this
duration.
moment.
planning.
Fucking
For real though, there are people that like just fuck more than twice a day. Like
But not
that
every day.
happens. No, not every day. But there are people that average more than 50 like
I imagine
50
like
a month.
early into your marriage, that's really easy. Like,
Yeah, the honeymoon phase.
yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like real life gets in the
Fucking
way of that
unhappy.
though.
No.
What was
There's scenarios where it's like, if you get married and you're both like work at home individuals and or like we're privileged with good shit and have good parents, so you have some coasting money, and /
Oh,
you
yeah.
were born before the
definitely.
millennial age and don't have college debt.
That too. Yep. Oh man. Don't
I
you
want to
love-
know like where I want to find the guy who like never stopped. Like, he didn't peter out at any point, and he was able to maintain that 3+ a day average for his entire life.
Did you mean Hugh Hefner?
Probably.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh,
What?
he's the guy that made Playboy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That dude fucks.
That dude fucks. I mean, that dude.
Is
Is
he
he
alive?
dead?
Is he?
Is Hugh Hefner dead?
I have no
I
idea.
thought he died.
Hugh Hefner. Yes, he did die. He died September 27th, 2017.
I want to go back in time to, like, when there was more novelty to pornographic things. I want to go back in time when I didn't have porn readily available at, like, a Google search and, like, mountains of it. Because there is a real intrinsic. I don't know if I ever told this story, but I was living in a hotel for a while. I've said that a million times, I know, but during that time, I was like, dude, I've got nothing to jack off to, and I can't go anywhere for it. And this was back when I had a flip phone, so the internet was not readily available to me on my phone constantly, and my computer was down. And we were all living in one room with my family, so the best place I could get was my car. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go out of my way to buy a dirty magazine today. And I looked all over, and it just turns out you have to ask people for them behind the counter at like 7-Elevens, and I didn't know that. So I went to a Barnes & Nobles, and I bought one of the lingerie swimsuits, essentially. I don't know what the hell the thing was, but I was so nervous about the matter because I was like 18 at the time that I bought the same one twice by accident, and I scurried out of there fucking terrified that I'd ever have to go back to that Barnes & Nobles ever. And then I just read it in my car, and I was severely disappointed. There was a novelty to the matter, though. And I want that novelty.
Yeah, I mean it's something that we've lost a lot of in having porn so readily available. You don't have to go buy magazines anymore. You don't go out and pay for Playboy because you can see all of it on the internet now.
Yep.
Mhm.
You don't
We've lost that.
team up with the college boys to go on a panty raid at like 4 a.m. for the sake of sexual gratification. No, you just do that for shits and giggles.
Yeah, now it's doing it for the meme.
No, that sentence sums it up too well. No.
Yeah, you just do it for the meme now. It's like that's one of those weird things where the three of us, right? We're part of a generation where we lived through the time where we would remember being able to do things like that, but also where we are now. Like, now it's just for the meme. And the generation after us, like, the generation before us would go do this as a genuine thing to get their rocks off and be like, yes, we're gonna go steal girls' panties. But
Or,
now,
go
the generation
buy a
after us...
Playboy.
Yeah, exactly. Or go buy a Playboy. The generation following us immediately, they will just do it for the meme. That's it. Whereas we are in that weird middle ground where it's like, this is kind of doing it for sexual gratification, but also because it's funny.
I'm very envious of, like, I think my guess is probably 8 to 9 generations away from us, maybe 10 plus. But, like, of the first voyagers past Earth who encounter intelligent alien life, who get to test sexual compatibility with alien life.
That
is
God
like,
damn it. That's so
like the
frustrating.
only ground that needs left be broken. Like, out of all the fetishes that currently exist, and there are a lot, they're all very interhuman. I mean, there are ones that aren't, but they're pretty frowned upon. But, like, I'm talking about...
They're pretty frowned upon.
Wait,
Pretty
so I have a
frowned upon.
question. I just need to pose this question. So when we eventually do meet alternate alien life and we start to fuck it, do we then have to revise having sex with animals?
No, it's still just the Harkner test. So, the Harkner test... you go to, is it intelligent life? So you ask it, hey, do you want to bang? And it then responds in an intelligent way that you can discern as, yeah, sure. And then is it capable of consenting? You ask, hey, are you of legal age / is your society okay with that? Or any of that. I think it's just of legal age, but, and it's just, yeah. And they're like, yeah, cool. And then you can fuck it.
I really hope that the first alien that we ever meet ever is just a really sexed up fuckboy. And that's like, no, my society's totally cool with this. And
I
then
always
we have sex with
imagined-
it. And that's our first, like, initial interaction. So we're like, yeah, this makes sense. And then we go, like, we meet the rest of them, and they're just like, what the fuck? Get away from us! Oh, don't touch my weird sack!
I always imagined that, like, the first alien life we'd ever find was, so there was this one game called, Ranma, and it was based off a novel of the same name, like, Trip Through Ramna or something like that. And in that game, there was a group of aliens that were black octopus things that emitted gases of different colors in order to communicate, because they could only speak / see through color.
Huh.
And I always imagined that would be pretty close to what we'd find for the first alien life. Something that's just farting at us with tentacles that we can't understand.
We're just like,
Just like
Yeah.
weird gases are coming out. It's got a beak and it's just wiggling around with tentacles. And you're like, I don't know.
man.
But it's intelligent and smarter than us.
You know what I think the next thing is going to be?
What?
Genetic splicing.
Yes.
I think we're going to get to that point, and then it's going to be a very, very fetishized thing.
Dude, furries are already a thing. They're raving at the mouth, ready for that.
No. I don't think. All right. So what I mean is like, I think that's the thing that's going to make prostitution legal worldwide.
Furries?
And no, not for like actual genetic splicing. Like there's going to be someone that's like, all right, but we got to get the first cat girl that you can fuck legally, and then charge an astronomical price for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gonna be a thing. Eventually.
Now here's my question, right?
Yeah.
When you're designing your cat girl to fuck, do you give her 2 pairs of ears, one cat, one human, or do you just have the one pair of ears being cat?
Fuck.
Because if you like slide your hand underneath her hair and there's not a human ear there, it's going to mess you up. You're going to be like, what?
Wait.
Where? Hold. I can't. Hold on. Where
Yeah,
do you?
go two
Oh,
pairs.
that's right up top. Oh, that's weird. And
You
most
mean
people aren't going to go through my autistic kind of thing through it, so they're just going to feel it, and they're going to be like, "What?" And then they're silently going to have a little bit loss of a boner.
They have to think about it.
They have to think about it for a hot second, and they're not going to vocalize it / try to go through the motions. They're just going to like think about that, and then they're going to think about like ear holes, and then think about the cat ears, and they're going to be like, "Oh, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about this," because they haven't confronted this reality before going into this.
Wait. You mean
Really,
I've been
I
pulling
guess-
your ears this whole time?
I guess that means more people should just fuck amputees. I don't know. Either way,
What?
Wait, where did you get that one?
Because
where the
then you
fuck
can-
did that come from?
then you can bring this like probability or like uncomfortable nature to the forefront before you fuck genetic splicers, where it's like, yeah, they have additional parts, but amputees already don't have the parts that you're familiar with. So like if they're missing something, you're already accustomed to someone missing that thing.
I mean, that only applies for the ear thing, though.
I don't know. Like what if what if like you
Sure
have
about
to
that one.
like goat legs? What if you fuck a guy without legs? And then you know what it's like. Oh yeah, he doesn't have legs. This guy has weird legs. It's the same thing.
That's... I don't know that I agree with that one, Matt. I
Yeah.
think, I think
I
that's
think
a little
it's-
bit off.
I think there is at
I'm not
least
sure
a
about that one.
transcendental step up.
I mean, that implies that... Well, I mean, if you want to fuck the guy with goat... I don't think you're going to be weirded out by wanting to fuck the guy with goat
No,
legs.
hold on. Hold the fucking phone. I don't care about this conversation anymore. Throw it the fuck out. How many genetic splicers are going to be satyrs with Danny DeVito's voice?
Oh
Hopefully all
my
of
god.
How many goat-legged men are going to speak exactly like Danny DeVito to you? Oh no. Oh, that's a future I want.
Daddy DeVito, why?
That's the dream right there.
That's the
Oh my
dream.
God.
Oh no. Okay, this is following down this little rabbit hole here, but like specifically on genetic splicing, right? If we ever get to the point where it's like really easy to modify your body, how many people do you think are going to go look into the past and see old VHSs and then watch them and be like, "Huh, that blue genie's kind of my shit. I want to be that blue genie." And then splice themselves up to be Genie from Aladdin.
I mean, I would do that already.
How many people in the future are
Have you
just
seen
going to be
Genie
like...
from Aladdin?
How many people are just going to be fucking Disney characters and or furries?
A lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
I think you'd have to ask Will Smith that one, actually.
Huh.
I feel like Will Smith has the answer to a lot of things in life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know. When it comes to Disney, I feel like we're eventually all going to be owned by Disney, and or Disney's going to buy a planet before the rest of Earth. And
I think they already have.
they probably do have like a planet in the pocket that they can turns out
Planetoid
Walt Disney. Yeah, they have a space program they never told anyone about. They're ready to launch all Disney parks into space at any given moment to recolonize a different planet.
That is actually really fucking interesting to think about.
know,
Imagine
right?
that.
That'd be sick.
Imagine
Like all of a sudden,
If
every
the
Disney
first new
park
colony was a fucking Disney park. And like they don't actually have like the roller coasters double as like the parts needed to recolonize. Fuck. Disney, we cracked your goddamn code.
That's why Walt Disney was so obsessed with the moon and the Germans. I don't know what.
It all makes
Oh,
sense.
that's why I'm making that connection. I was confused why I had a connection with Disney, the moon, and Germans. But it's because I remembered that one movie that has no relation to Disney, but it was where Nazis were on the moon.
Yes.
Mm.
I
Yes.
remember what
What's
that
the name of
movie
that?
was.
Is it Iron Sky? Is it Iron Sky?
Might be. I think it's Iron Sky.
Uh,
Moon Nazis.
I think it's Iron Sky. No, it's... Yes, it is Iron Sky.
Yes. An army of Nazis hidden in a moon base for 7 years prepares a gigantic warship for an invasion of Earth in 2018.
Yes.
Oh no, that happened last year.
Yeah, I know.
How did we miss it?
By the way, all
I don't think
all
we
the
did
Ace
miss it.
Attorney games have just finished.
Wait, what do you mean?
All the Ace Attorney games, we've passed every date in every case of Ace
fuck,
Attorney.
have we?
Yep.
Damn.
A couple
That's
years
weird to think
back,
about.
we were like in the third game, and it was the best shit. I remember posting on the internet, and everyone was like, "Oh man, I can't believe this crackpot lawyer. What the fuck's wrong with him? Always blaming fucking witnesses. He's going to try to pin it on the fucking witness. He didn't do anything." And then there was the Matt Edgard case, where it's like, "Oh man, this guy looks totally trustworthy. For once, I feel like this lawyer's got a good. He's defending the right guy." That was the one case where you're defending a criminal.
Oof. That was the thing, actually. Kai, we should play through the Ace Attorney games. That would be a good thing
Yeah?
for us to do. Yeah.
I've never played them.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
I think
man.
that you would. Yeah, you would really like them. And like I've said for a while, we one of the things that I think that would be really good for additional content would be you and I playing through like mystery things and trying to figure stuff out with logic-based puzzles, which the Ace Attorney games are all about.
I will
Destroy them with facts and logic.
Yes.
So on your list already, you have the Ace Attorney games, which is like 7 games, and then you have Ghost Trick, which I demand both of you play,
Yep.
because
Yeah, that
Ghost
was one
Trick
that's on
is
there.
the shit. Oh my dick! Yep,
Yeah, is
Danganronpa.
one. I don't think Kai's played any of the Zero Escape games. I haven't played
No.
999 in a really long time. So
Time Dilemma.
ZTD, and I haven't finished VLR. So I think that would be a good another good thing. There was something else that was on that list.
Hey Jay, when should we hang out to record shit anyway?
Yes, that's a thing that we need to.
Are you free Are you free like Thursday next week?
I should be. Yeah.
All right, cool. We can do it then.
It should be good to do that. Yeah, that sounds good. Because that would also be really good to do. And with me potentially getting a new computer, that would also be sick. So did I ever tell you guys like what happened with that?
Not after when you...
The stories thus
Yeah,
far, your mom wanted a new computer, but she didn't want to throw out the old computer, but she got it fixed up anyway, so she was getting a new computer, and then she was going to get the old one fixed up, and you were getting the old one.
Yeah, kind of. So basically, all of the electricity in my house is getting redone. So all the electrical wiring and everything has been in the process of getting redone over the last month and a half, 2 months. And they just finished with my living room. So my mother and I were out for the day. The guy had redone the electricity, turned all the power off, then unplugged her computer from the wall without shutting off the computer.
Ooh.
And then plugged it back into the wall and then turned the electricity on, which fried the surge protector and the computer. And overloaded it. So then we went to Best Buy, or like my mother got a new monitor to test to see if it was the monitor that wasn't working, but it was the like graphics card on the computer. So we wound up going to Best Buy, and they were like, "Yeah, so it's gonna take like 2 weeks to send this to Kentucky to figure it out, and then get it back, but it'll be like $250 to fix the whole thing. Shouldn't be too much more than that." And my mother was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna wait that long." So she bought an $1,800 computer.
Probably very overpriced, but
Yeah, probably. And I don't know.
as a man who has
it works
bought
out.
several Best Buy computers to test them, yes, it was definitely overpriced, but for most people who don't know how to build computers, that's a good solution. It's good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though
I
you
mean,
can
it's
probably
an
spend
Alienware.
less
It's not bad. It's just definitely worth way less than you
spend
paid.
way less by just hiring a guy to build it for you, buying the
Yeah.
parts. But
Yeah, exactly.
there's a
Yep,
small
is what it is.
small topic. Small topic before I let you go back to your story. Not enough people know how to build / use computers in the world of the digital age, which leaves a lot of people very vulnerable for scamming and or fraud. Anyway, go back to what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I agree with that wholeheartedly, actually. Yeah, like I don't know how to build computers.
You should build one.
Yeah, I definitely should. But yeah, so hopefully with all going well, it's been about a week. It should get there like today or tomorrow, and then they'll communicate back to us, and then fix it and send it back, and then I should be getting that one because my mother bought a new computer anyways.
Yep.
And it's only-
Nice.
yeah, so then I'll have more computing power to do actual things.
Hacker
I'll be
man.
fucking sick. I'll be able to
He's the most powerful
fucking-
hacker in the world.
yeah, I'll be able to hack guns through telephones and stuff. I'll be sick.
I really want to see that movie. I have not seen the full of it, but holy shit, I need to see it.
Wait, hold on. You've never seen Kung Fury?
I've never seen the full of Kung Fury.
It's only 30 minutes.
Yeah, then I've never seen all of Kung Fury.
Whack. It's so good. Kai, you've seen Kung Fury, right?
Nah, just clips.
God damn it! How am I the one that's seen Kung Fury?
Because you watch
It's
more
so
movies than
good.
both of me and Kai combined?
That's probably true. That's probably true.
One of us hangs
God
out and
damn.
plays dumb video games that neither of you play. The other plays a lot of Destiny.
I thought I was the one playing the dumb shit. AKA
Kai,
Destiny.
you don't play like random roguelikes and text adventures you found on the web.
That's true.
That is true. I just play Destiny, and that's it basically at this point.
Yep. You've lost your life to it.
Yeah, last night I was playing Destiny on one monitor, and my other monitor I had a Destiny stream open at the same time.
Yeah.
I've been there before, but with Warframe.
I've been consumed.
And fighting games.
I love that game.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
I wish more of you fucks... I wish you two took fighting games more seriously. / actually played them. Because,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me, I like, my love for fighting games is very, very deep. Because fighting games are very, very deep. And there's so much shit that I just love about them that's kind of hard to explain. That's just, I love that shit. And I want fucking more people to experience it.
No, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I enjoy fighting games. Remember that time when the three of us argued for like 3 hours about fighting games?
I do.
Yeah. What was that argument about?
It was me saying
The-
that Japanese...
the genres.
So, yeah, genres, right? So it was me saying
yeah.
that anime fighting games is not Naruto Storm-esque, Black Clover, Cortez Knights, all that shit. It's not those games. It's like BB Tag or like Plays Blue Central Fiction.
Yeah. You were saying that anime fighters and fighters are different genres. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. And then Kai and I were on the opposing side of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what's another? You know what? I think has died a lot recently. No, actually, you know what? Never mind. Scratch that. I take that back. I was gonna say like side scroller beat 'em up games, but those have made a resurgence in the last 10 years.
I feel like when you say something has died, this is kind of not on you, but like a general thing. It's usually you're not looking hard enough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games being released like literally every fucking day.
Yeah.
It's like you can find your genre if you're goddamn looking for it. Like I fucking played 3 different roguelikes this week because fucking I was like, I want to play roguelikes. So I just found some actual ASCII roguelikes. Like fucking
Yeah.
tile text adventures kind of deal. You can find this shit anywhere. You want beat 'em ups? I swear I just saw fucking Dragon Mark for Death that just got released.
Also, Streets of Rage 4 is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
You can probably find
actually-
RTSs too, but I know nothing about those.
Yes, those also come out a lot. Yeah, no, you can pretty much find any. Like that's kind of why I backed up on that, and I was like, yeah, no, I disagree with that. Is that you generally speaking, there's plenty of each of the things. A lot of the times now, it's like it's this, but with a twist. But that still makes it that thing, just with a twist.
For some reason,
Like
that
the
made me think of 2
Sweet new
things.
Battle Royale that came out.
The what now?
The sweet new Battle Royale that came out that I was talking to you guys about. The single player Battle Royale.
Yep.
Get that twist on it, baby!
Did we talk about that on stream, or was that just in call?
think that was
I
just a
talked
call.
to Matt and Call. I think I mentioned it on stream with Jason, though.
I'm so.
Or was maybe that was
fucking-
also just in Call.
It makes me very sad.
Don't you just want to fight 100 bots?
No, I lived through 2008 playing Jedi Academy alone on a server with only bots.
Yeah.
It's not very fun. You get bored.
No, it's really not.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. To kind of bring this back for a second though, did either of you guys ever play any of the old Streets of Rage games?
Nope.
No.
No? Yeah. They're very arcadey. I highly recommend, just for the sake of looking at the art style, I urge you guys to look up Streets of Rage 4, because goddamn, for a modern game, it looks so so retro but so modern simultaneously, and it's so fucking cool. The art looks so
Like
good
Shovel
for
Knight?
it. No. So it's all hand drawn art. That is, well, when I say hand drawn, I mean digitally drawn, but no, it's got this very what's the best way to describe it? Cartoony style, I guess. The best thing that you can do is just look it up and actually like visually.
I do that
Yeah,
if my
I'm
mouse
watching
is
it right
working.
now.
Yeah.
I'm
But
a
like
tracker, I guess.
it's gorgeous art for a
Yeah.
game that is constantly moving. And like you know what I mean, right, Kai, when it's like it
Yeah, it looks really nice.
looks like visually great, and it's a great way of taking the old style and modernizing it. Which I
like
think
Double
is so
Dragon
fucking
Neon.
sick. Double Dragon Neon. I know the name of that. I can't.
Double Dragons was the fucking cool ass old beat 'em up, but then it got a Xbox Arcade / PSN release of Neon, which was their up to date variation. Like
Yes,
the
that's the one
modern
that
take
used
on it.
3D models, right?
Yep, I thought that game was pretty cool.
2.5D. Yeah. It's similar to that, but it uses Streets of Rage is using just the 2D plane with it. It's really sick.
What the fuck is this?
But fighting games and beat 'em ups actually share a pretty like Venn diagram space with each other.
Yeah, they
They
do.
overlap
That's
quite a
definitely
bit.
true.
I
Yeah.
remember way back in the day when Skullgirls was still in its Kickstarter development for DLC characters. Mike Z would have a lot of dev streams on the game where he'd demo concepts for characters in the works. And one day he was like, "Well, I was bored last night, and I decided to make it a beat 'em up. So now you can move left and right, and you can beat AI up. They're all Philia." And I was like, "Man, that'd be really cool. More Skullgirls content would be really cool. Too bad we'll never get any."
Yeah. That game.
Because
That
Konami
game
a
oozes
fuck.
style.
Skullgirls has way too many frames of animation.
Oh yeah. Didn't they have a really like rough dev cycle too because of it? They like I remember you talking to me about that, because didn't they have to go back through and like remake, like was it Valentine's model needed to be changed, so they had to go through every single frame of her animations to remove like the cross or something?
No, they just recolored her. That was easy as fuck.
Oh, did they? Gotcha.
So technical thing. When it comes to fighting game palettes, they usually have their normal character is usually color segmented and in wildly different colors like neon, green, pinks, and aquas, so that you can clearly have different colorings. And then you'll have the computer replace those colors with your preferred palette, which makes up your different costumes.
That makes sense.
And all they had to do was go back and change the red crosses to be purple. No, they redrew a couple of frames on Cerebella, on Philia, and of course every DLC character costed like a few $100,000, alongside Mike Z taking a huge pay cut, like at the end of the dev life for Skullgirls, which is now a complete game, mind you. He was actually like spending money on the game. He was like losing, not like, even with like the insane like I think $500,000 or maybe more fucking kickstarting for DLC characters they got, he was still spending money into it.
Yeah.
Because frames of animation cost a lot of money.
Yeah. especially
See
when
Cuphead.
yeah, when you're hand drawing the frames. God, imagine that though. Imagine like the game's been out for however long, you completed all the animations, then having to go back and hand draw animations for a character that you've like been done with for so long. You have to get that style identical.
Yeah, it's their job. Trust me, they never stopped drawing them.
Yeah,
Like, you think that shit...
I know, but like, God
Listen. There were so many drawn frames of Philia that on April Fools they made a fake character called Fukua with just redundant frames that they had. And then the rest of the community was like, can we keep her? And he's like, yeah, sure, I guess.
Why not?
And then Fukua was a real character.
Oh,
That's funny.
I love
Jesus
Fukua.
Christ, yeah.
Fukua is the dumbest, and her name is like if you mistype Philia by like one letter to the left, you get that name.
God damn. Imagine drawing that much. There's an entire like character with a brand new moveset.
You want that shit? Literally
Just
go
from the
look at
frames he
Indivisible
fucked up.
and die. Look at Indivisible and die. That game's going to release soon, and that's all the same. That's the same studio drawing to death.
Is it
So much
Indivisible?
Too much.
Indivisible. It's the same company as it's Lab Zero Games, and
Oh yes, I do know this game. Yes.
Yep. I follow many of the artists who work on that game. They draw a lot.
I would imagine. Holy shit.
As much as
it's
a
a very pretty
mangaka.
game.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
Maybe not as much as mangaka. Mangakas
That's
die for
another-
their life.
Yeah. No. Their life is pain, but
Tabata,
that's
right?
The only life they know.
So
Yep.
the guy who draws Black Clover, the new shonen hotness, in his most recent.
Did you mean My Hero Academia?
So the guy who, yes, I know My Hero's good, but like I'm pretty sure Black Clover's outselling it, but that's a different conversation. So Tabata was like, in his most recent thing, he was like, I took a break recently and I went out to the store for the first time in a couple of months, and I went and bought a water bottle, and I got back to my house and I couldn't open it, so I had my wife do it for me. He was
Jesus.
so tired that he couldn't open the water bottle.
Oof.
Holy shit.
I think JoJo's artist, JoJo's primary artist, Araki, he I don't know why that took me a second. He actually put he was talking about Rohan Kashibi, right? Because people love to say, "Oh yeah, it's a self-insert, haha." And he was like, "Nah, Rohan's more like my ideal, right? Because like let's break down how often a mangaka actually has for free time." And that was one of the things I think was actually brought up around the episodes with Rohan. But like a mangaka has roughly 1.5 days of free time in their work cycle a week.
Yeah. God
Because
damn.
you spend at least like 9 to 12 hours a day drawing, at bare minimum 9. And then you still have to work every day of the week. Every day. There's like no exceptions. I don't think you get an actual day off, essentially. Like, yeah, one day maybe? I don't know. Fucking, they draw a lot, so much. If you watch them draw, it takes forever. And then you get teams to help you, and it's still not enough. And then you read that chapter
Drawing
in
is
like
hard
5
work.
minutes, and you're like, wow, that was pretty good. Can't wait for next week. As the
Yeah,
author
Jesus
dies.
Christ. That's one of those things
There's a
that
fuck ton of work put into that kind of shit.
Toriyama kind of figured that shit out when he got Toyotaro to start drawing while he did the stories, because they worked in conjunction to cut down time.
I'm pretty sure
Although-
Toriyama doesn't draw anymore.
No, he does the story. At least for a while, they were doing it in conjunction with each other, which cut down a lot on time for both of them. Because while Toriyama was doing the story, Toyotaro was simultaneously drawing for it, scene by scene, which was kind of neat. Yeah. Also, I kind of looked this up, and depends on the list that you look at, but generally speaking,
Of course you looked this up. I know what you're about to fucking say. Of course you did.
generally speaking, they're tied. I'm actually
Kai, if
really
you haven't
surprised by that.
if you haven't kept up, fucking Jason looked up who sold more, Black Clover or MHA.
I'm not surprised.
But fun fact, as far as currently running series, One Piece, Case Closed, Goigo 13, and JoJo are currently the top 4.
Yeah, I knew that, because Case Closed will never be fucking toppled out of its, like, second to first place tier, because it's never stopping, ever!
Overall, Case Closed is 4. But for highest sales, is One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, then Case Closed.
One Piece has, like, gone on forever, and it will go on forever.
Yes. Yeah. Oda's a crazy man.
And
Oda
Luffy
is
still hasn't
fucking
killed
insane.
anyone, despite, like, saying he'll kill everyone.
Who?
Luffy.
I think has he not killed anyone?
I'm pretty. He wants to kill people really bad, but he never brings himself to actually kill anyone. He just beats them up.
I thought Don Flamingo died?
Don Flamingo wasn't his fault. He was killed by Sandman, I thought.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Wait,
Besides,
was it Sandman? I thought it was Law.
Still, that's way early in the series compared to where fucking Luffy is now.
Yeah, that's true. I'm honestly kind of surprised. No, never mind. Fuck that. I'm not surprised at all.
Trust me, there's
Not
a lot
even a
more
little
people who are capable of murder than fucking Luffy in that series. Because everyone's
That's true.
goddamn overpowered as shit. Whitebeard, yeah, he was cool. Blackbeard, he was a thing.
Even in the Straw Hats, like, there are other people that are...
Zolo.
Yeah,
Usopp.
my boy. Didn't Zolo leave and get his own crew for a while? Because he was such a popular character. Like, no, he's gonna be his own pirate for now. God damn. That's a series that I know way more than I want to, and I appreciate it from a distance, but every time that I'm drawn into something One Piece related, I hate my experience. I hate being there.
I think
so
the only
much.
thing I really like about One Piece, it's world geography. Because, man, it's actually really cool about how the world is structured and how that ties into the plot. The setting really works with the plot and really condones / facilitates it. And I like that a lot because it's just such a unique and interesting, like, geography. There's essentially a giant land mass that cuts the world essentially in two. Two. And then there's a giant current that runs through the world that basically cuts the world into 4 via its, like, indomitable nature. So there are 4 quadrants of the big blue ocean. West blue, north blue, south blue, and east blue, I think. And I just think that's really neat. And they all work kind of different. It's like if everywhere was the dive into Sicily. That little, like, specter of land where you go through Italy. If Sicily, I think. I think people know what I'm talking about. The area around Italy, it's got a lot of islands. It's like that, but everywhere on Earth.
One Piece also does the like there's the sky, the ground,
Sky
and the
Ocean,
subterranean.
and then Sky Ocean.
Yeah,
Did you know that, Kai, that there was a Sky Ocean and then a Sky Ocean to the Sky Ocean?
I know next to nothing about.
Well, there's
One
a
Piece
Sky
is
Ocean
fucking
and a Sky
nuts.
Ocean to the Sky Ocean.
It's a fucking trip,
That's
dude.
real weird.
Like I won't pay attention for a really long time, and then I'll look back and I'm like, wait, what do you mean you're in the the 17th underground ocean? What the fuck?
There's only
And
one
then I'll be
underground
like, this
ocean,
is
but
so
it's there.
weird. Yeah, there's a lot of
mermen.
really weird shit in One Piece.
What the fuck?
There are mermen. Just like half fish people.
Yep.
I want to be a half fish person.
That would be fucking sick, dude.
I just want to breathe underwater because it doesn't make a lot of sense to not have that ability. But at the same time, I don't, because I know if I go too far down deep, things are just going to fucking eat me.
Yeah.
I'm not capable of fighting a giant squid.
Yet.
Yeah, the key word.
That is the big word there.
I believe you could get there.
I actively don't, because, like, fucking giants... Like, okay, let's assume that I've developed the ability to breathe underwater and withstand the necessary pressure to get to a giant squid, because those fuckers are deep. Like, That's already a hurdle in and of itself, evolutionary, and I don't think I can do that within my lifetime realistically, but let's assume I've somehow done this.
No.
Dragon Ball's fucking wishing lamp science, I don't care how, we've done it. I now have to fight, like, the gripping and pulling power of, like the horsepower of, like, at least a car or more, probably a truck, that can inkjet propel itself with, like, suction cups that cut shit. Like, all of, like, their suction cups can act like teeth, and they can cut shit. And it has a beak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You
I
can
have
do
to
it.
fight that, and it can pull me into the darkness.
Yeah.
Because, okay,
I still believe in
squids
you.
are intelligent enough to pull things down deeper into darker pressures, or, like, deeper, denser pressures to try and kill them.
Yeah. Dude, squids are sick.
Squids are fucked.
Yeah,
The
but you
ocean
got
is
this, man.
fucked.
Yeah. It's
Can I just pull a
horrifying.
Moses and part it midway? I think I can beat the squid
Yes.
if it's flopping around and it can't do anything.
Squids get fucking
I could see
big,
Matt
too.
being the reincarnation of Moses.
I don't think... That would be very ironic because I'm Christian. Loosely.
It would.
It's like if Jesus came back and he was, like, Mormon. Not Mormon, fucking Jewish. It makes sense if he was Mormon.
No, well, Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah, but, like, if he was now, like... no, all the things I said now. Let's go back to the old text. I don't really think the new stuff is all that great anymore. I've been rereading it. Like, I kind of see it in a retrospect now. Old stuff. That'd be very ironic. Then Moses would be new wave. Also,
You know what's
again,
fucking crazy to me?
that JoJo confirms that the Book of Mormon is correct. Yeah, I know, right?
That's pretty fucking nuts. Yeah, no, that is one thing. No, I was gonna say, I don't know why my brain went here, but giant, like, squid gets so much bigger than octopi.
Yeah.
Octopus?
Octopi.
Is it octopi?
Octopi.
Is that the plural?
It's octopi.
Is that the plural?
It's
They, like, cause giant octopus is, like, only slightly larger than a person.
So, like, I want to throw this out there. One, I really like Dragon's Dogma. Two, I want Dragon's Dogma, but on boats where we fight giant squids and octopuses. Octopi.
That would be fucking sick, dude.
I want to fight
That would be
giant sea
fucking
creatures
crazy.
more often. And I feel like the only time I really ever got that experience of fighting a giant sea monster was in, like... So, like, fighting it. Like, actually fighting it. I only ever got that experience out of, like, FF10. Where you're on the boat to Besaid. Not to Besaid, out of Besaid, into, Luca. And, fucking Sin pops out of the ocean as a fucking whale, and he's like, "Hey, sup?" And you fucking hook it, and, like, the ship's being dragged along by Sin. That was actually a really sick encounter.
I'm trying to think of other games that make you fight monsters.
I didn't say
Let's
Subnautica,
see.
because Subnautica isn't fighting, it's running, it's fleeing,
Yeah.
constant.
Yeah. You're
It's
like, oh,
just-
time to nope out of here.
It's just, like, Subnautica is latent PTSD for me, I guess. Playing that game for a lot longer will probably develop PTSD for me.
You know what would be cool? Getting a pirate game that gives us like an open world pirate game where they actually spend time making nautical shit, like nautical legends happen. Like that would be pretty cool.
It would be.
Like you
I
fight
want-
you fight cool ghost ships, and then you
Dude.
like, go on land
So,
and
like-
you face these weird creatures.
I might have talked
On
about this before,
abandoned
but in
islands.
in Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker and subsequently The Phantom Hourglass, but nobody likes that one. There is the whole ocean, right? And
Yeah.
in that ocean is just a roaming ghost ship. That when you get close, everything gets foggy, you can't see shit, and then just out in the distance, the ghost ship appears and it just fucking glides by. That shit is I love roaming boss fights / roaming cool encounters like that just
Yeah.
wander the world for you to find them. Like,
That was one thing that Black Flag did really, really well, is they had those areas that you would encounter bosses.
but were they as
But
cool as a ghost ship?
There was a ghost ship.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there were a couple I don't remember if it was one or if there was multiple, but there was definitely a ghost ship.
I feel like now my
let
dream
me fact
game
check
is a
this.
combination of the Shadow of Colossus and any game that takes place on a boat.
So there were multiple ghost ships, but it's up for debate as to whether or not they were actually ghost ships. Or if that's... No, there was definitely one, though. I remember very clearly that there was one ghost ship that was all tattered and fucking crazy, and I think you fought it in a colder climate, which made it a lot more like, oh...
That's cool, pun intended. Fucking, we need more subnautical bosses. Like, we need more... The ocean is the sickest fucking thing on this earth that is terrifying to me, and not enough shit revolves around it.
That's one of those... That's one of those reasons why I was so... why I'm so sad that Ubisoft buckled down on making Odyssey a Assassin's Creed game, because it would have been so sick if instead of that we got where we fought the Kraken, and then Scylla and Charybdis were obstacles on the map that you had to... Scylla? I think
Skyla, I don't know.
I think it's pronounced
Ursula.
Scylla. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Ursula
it's
from The Little Mermaid.
Scylla. Yeah. Anyways, oh my god, that would be so sick. And they were world bosses that you could take care of this, but they're end game level bullshit. It would be so radical. But instead, we got an Assassin's Creed game.
It didn't need to
But
be.
hey, you can go fight a Minotaur if you want to.
The game is very infuriating to me as a man who very enjoyed the Assassin's Creed series as Assassination. And then when you stab a guy with your assassin blade equivalent, and he's like, "Ow," but he's not dead. And he's like, "Everyone, they're here," and you have to run away and come back 5 minutes later and stab him. Given that
did you wind up playing Odyssey at all?
Yeah, I went through a bit. I
Okay.
didn't get
Yeah.
all the way to the end because Jesus, that bored me. But I think we've talked about it before, how infuriated that game made me.
Yeah. There was that time that I don't remember if you were there, but I know that Kai was there, where for an hour I was trying to kill this one guy that was he was a decent amount over leveled. He was over leveled by 5 levels, which by that game was oh, don't even come near this guy. And I kept stealthing him. And the whole issue was that there was an island of dudes. It was just a small island. And I could stealth up to him. I could get him. I could stealth up to his friends. I could get up to them. But even a normal soldier, a regular foot soldier, I would only deal upwards of 75% with stealth damage. And you would immediately be pulled into full melee combat after that.
And then
If you didn't kill them in one shot. And it's bruh, what happened to stealth games? Why?
It's an RPG
Why
now.
does why the fuck does my stealth attack deal a percentage of damage? Why? Fuck you,
it's just,
game.
Because fuck you.
okay, so moving away from Ubisoft, because Ubisoft is my eternal depression point. I am they're the child I never had that always disappoints me. Where it's they're halfway to being I can halfway be proud of them, but then they disappoint me at the last second every time.
Yep.
Every time. The Division, fucking the Assassin's Creed series, fucking For Honored, yeah, every time. So moving away from that, I need to go to the beach.
Just in general, or
Yeah, I just kind of need to go to the beach because, I was about to say, what I really want is a game where I can play as a swordsman who can then flick sand up from the ground and use that to distract and blind people with his sword tip. But then I was realizing that I just really want to go play with some sand and have the ocean nearby.
So what you're saying is you want to brandish your sword and go to the beach and just start attacking people?
No, that's not it at all. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but speaking of brandishing my sword and attacking people, great segue, but Neo 2 had a closed alpha recently.
Did it?
Yes, the character
Holy
creator was shown
shit.
off a little bit, and so were the yokai forms, along with new weaponry.
That's so fucking sick.
There's some dual
That's so
hatchets,
cool.
and
I'm
so
so
far there
excited.
are 3 yokai forms that we know of.
Well, wait, hold on. When you mean
Oni.
yokai forms, you mean that?
You get to
Like-
you didn't
like-
know you get to transform into an Oni in this game? 'Cause
What?
you do.
God, my dick is so hard right now.
Basically, they were like, this game's pretty crazy, but you don't have a devil trigger. Let me just throw that in real quick.
Yeah, and then they add a fucking devil. Oh god, that's so fucking sick. I love Neo so much.
It's pretty good. I am also a very
I-
big fan. This Neo 2 is currently my will to live.
Yeah, no, dude, I knew that, I knew that it was confirmed, but I didn't know that far. I really think that Neo would have like the only thing that I really think Neo needed was a character creator.
Go look up the
'Cause,
fucking
like-
closed alpha after this and go, like, ejaculate into your fucking pants because literally everything you wanted, and you didn't know that you wanted, but you now wanted, is in that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like it was cool that we got to play as other models. I wish that wasn't so expensive to do. But like, goddamn, because William's cool, but like, also, I can't look at American Geralt of Rivia for that long without being like,
UK. Scottish?
Yeah, you're right.
I think the actual, fucking...
His
The actual
spirit's
dude
from
was-
Scotland.
Yeah, I think the actual dude was also from Scotland, like the guy in history.
Yeah.
But he was a
Yeah, I
UK.
think- Yeah.
He was from the UK on voyage, and that's how he ended up in Japan, and that's how he ended up working with the trade route things to become the first honorary samurai. That was not from Japan.
That shit's so cool.
It's pretty neat.
God
History's
damn.
pretty cool.
History's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Kai,
Yeah.
I'm giving you the floor.
Okay. Well, there was actually have a topic for once. Oh, thanks, Jazargo. So apparently, there is rumor going around that George R. R. Martin, the author behind A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones, is working on a video game. Doesn't have to do with Game of Thrones, but it's an open world game, and it's rumored that he's working with From Software,
His quote being particularly,
and that gets me
I
excited.
worked with some Japanese game developers. His
What?
quote being something along the lines of, he didn't really know a lot about games, but he worked with a Japanese game company.
Yes, he said, I've consulted on a video game out of
That
Japan.
was it.
And there was others. Yes, yeah. And then there's a bunch of nothing's confirmed that he's actually working with From Software, but it's rumored through different stuff that he's working with Miyazaki and From Software. And I think that would be fucking sick.
Before we get into
That would
this
be
fully,
sick.
Kai, I don't know anything about
Mhm.
Game of Thrones, but on my Twitter feed every once
Yes.
in a while, I just see a crazy blonde woman who wants to fuck her nephew.
Okay.
Uh-huh. This is all
Uh-huh.
correct.
She's really
That's very
catty. She threatens to destroy the kingdom if he won't fuck her,
Mm-hmm.
and then she does it anyway.
Because he didn't fuck her.
All right,
yes.
understood.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's what happened.
correct.
Yeah, if John just fucked her, she totally wouldn't have burnt down the
Yep.
city.
This is both.
So remember,
a-
guys, sometimes incest is okay.
This is both like. This is exactly Arthurian lore to me in a nutshell, but with how convoluted it is, and like, damn, like at that point, you don't even gotta have like the moral reservation. It's just like, I have to fuck my aunt now. Woe is me. Just fucking.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no! What a terrible predicament.
Oh, how could this happen
How
to me?
could such a terrible How could I be in such a terrible position where I now must, for the betterment of mankind and the survival of millions, have sexual intercourse with my hot, blonde, MILF aunt?
God damn
How
it.
could this happen? I'm so tragic. Damn it! I know nothing about Game of
God,
Thrones.
guess I'll have to go
I
do
know
it.
nothing about Game of Thrones, but I can assure you this would be the only thing I would say during every episode.
That all you know is that some girl wants to fuck her nephew and a dude.
Yeah,
named
that's all I know about Game of Thrones. I know the tale of fucking anus, and I know of hot incest milf aunt.
There's another incest relationship if you want.
Double
to know
down!
between brother and sister. They're twins.
It's kind of weird though, sliding that one back.
I don't want this one so much.
Twins. I don't know what it is about twins, but that's kind of
I'm more
weird
into
to
the
me.
aunt and nephew.
Aunt nephew, that's weird, but like I can get this kind of. Like I can get behind this. I'm okay with this. Twins, I'm pulling it back.
I have to ask you a question.
Twins came
I
into
have
this
to-
world, and they always want to be
All
together.
right.
I have a question on this front. Matt, if
Yeah.
they're identical twins and they're both the same sex, is it weirder or less weird?
Okay, so like the thing about aunts is that it feels removed enough. Maybe this is a reflection of my own aunt, where it's like they weren't a part of your life that well. It's like a cousin, but like just above. So it's like, yeah, that doesn't really feel related to you, but it is. So it's like, okay. But like when it's direct, immediate family, that's where it gets kind of weird. Especially if it's twins, I guess. Because like, I mean, like, I can't really judge a twin's mindset because I am not I am not a twin. But like, I don't know. That might be some. I don't know if you can call that like narcissism or just like emotional instability. But there's probably something wrong there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being very rude to a couple that I should respect their creepy wishes as consenting adults.
I have a follow-up question. So, okay, my question is, they're not identical twins. They don't look the exact same. They are opposite sexes, but the guy does look like Prince Charming from the Shrek
Perfect.
movies. Is this okay
I mean,
now?
Why wouldn't it be? We've eliminated all clauses
Okay,
of
cool.
possible wrongness. What a
Okay, cool.
fucking... Oh my god, no, that's...
Cersei and Jaime are fine then. They can keep fucking.
Well,
God damn
I
it.
mean, to
Ah.
be fair, they
Why
can't
is-
keep fucking anymore.
Did he lose his dick?
That is true.
In a way.
That is one way to
Did he
put
die?
it.
Did he lose his entire half of his body?
Yeah, no, they're
Oh,
both dead.
I mean, they can spiritually fuck.
Yeah,
They died fucking,
Oh.
I'd believe
honestly.
Okay, so
They're
like,
just
if you
fucking
die...
it as the building
If you
falls on
die
them.
while doing an action, does that mean you get to repeat that action forever, like, afterlife? If so, then dying fucking is the best way to go.
Dude! Imagine if you had a ghost in your house, but it was just a couple that died while they were having sex.
Oh, no!
So
you're gonna bounce those
so
goals?
like you just hear like a thumping coming from the other room, and you're like, God damn it, they're doing it again! And you walk out there, and there's just one ghost railing the shit out of his ghost wife on your dining table, and you're just like, No!
Dude,
I told you to stop!
guys,
Yes, guy.
those goals are bouncing.
I'll bounce these goals.
You fucker! You brought it. You brought it to the table. No one gets to explain any context. No. I'm just linking the video in the fucking description.
Holy shit, that's so good.
Good.
Oh my
Good.
god. Kai, thank you for that. Thank you.
welcome. Thank Bobby,
Bobby
Bottle Service. Bobby
I like
Bottle
it how
Service.
we've stayed pretty consistent. Even though we've jumped all the way through incest, we're right back at ghosts. Ghost ship,
Yep.
ghosts,
Yes.
same thing.
And sex from the beginning.
Yeah. This
We
started
had
there.
two lines
Yes.
that were like that we diverged a little bit, but we came back to tie it all together.
We may be
pretty
a
good.
bit.
Both
We
at the
may
same
not
time.
be straight, but we're consistent.
Sometimes, remember, nothing's ever straight. It's gaily forward.
Oh my god.
Some of the best advice I ever got. Don't go straight forward. Go gaily forward. You will live your life a better way that way.
I really want
That's funny.
more booze, but not because I want to be drunk, just because it's tasty.
Well, now you understand my life in a nutshell.
I should just buy like cider, but like non-alcoholic cider, which is never as good.
Yeah. No, it's not. Listen, you gotta go far into it. All right, you gotta listen, man. Them rum and cokes, it's quite wonderful.
Dude,
Always
I'm
good.
a huge fan of just the taste of Captain and Diet.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking great.
Cocktails are fucking good. I love them.
Yeah, unless they're disgusting, and then you never want to touch them again.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, yes, it is, and it is true. It is a fact of life that either things are tasty or they are disgusting.
Alright.
Yeah, guys, I totally feel the same. You know.
Kai, are you
when go
21
out
yet?
And get some cocktails, have a good time. No. No,
Are you
I'm
going to be
not.
21 by the time you reach
I still got
Massachusetts?
half a year.
No,
No,
not
not
even close.
Not even close, baby.
I still got another 6 months
Jesus.
after that.
You fucking child.
Yeah.
He is a baby.
I'm like halfway
you
into the
could say
grave
that
already.
Kai-
Kai, catch up.
You know, you could say that Kai is the little sister that I have always wanted.
It was a good run.
I know, yeah. So this is the final
guys.
episode. We've had a good run. Everything's gone great.
Yeah.
A real good time.
I've
We had
enough.
about 3 viewers total. Thank you, all 3 of you who consistently watched us.
We actually have 6 viewers right now.
Bam.
Apparently.
And I'm not even in there.
Oh no,
Ooh.
we have 5
Yeah,
now.
we fucked up.
Literally
Yeah,
just
that's-
dropped. Thanks, Jason.
You don't talk about the viewers. You just pretend that they're
No.
not there, and then
at
you
the
get
point
more.
where he saw it, it was the Little Sisters thing.
All right, fair enough. Speaking of things that I like,
Oh no.
you know what? You know what game was never appreciated enough,
What?
Matthew? City
What?
of Heroes.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can talk about that story in full if you want.
That like, goddamn, do I miss that game?
You can
I
play
never
it.
played it enough when I was a kid. No, I played it. So I played it a tiny bit when I was younger, but I was too young to grasp the idea of MMOs at the time.
Uh-huh.
So like I spent a fuck ton of time creating characters and then like playing the game for a little while and then dropping it. And then by the time that I got like
How everyone plays
Old enough?
Skyrim.
old enough to like understand MMOs and actually like fucking die hard want to play it, it was already gone.
I mean, it's back.
Yeah, I know it's back, which is why I'm saying, goddamn, do I want to play this game again?
Go play it.
I know. I think I'm going to.
I'm just going to be
like,
continuously sad with Final Fantasy XIV as it is both everything I want and everything I don't want.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I feel like a lot of MMOs don't reach their potential.
That's because most of them
By
are just
being-
WoW now, but like it's a different conversation.
Yeah. Kai, do you know anything about City of Heroes? Okay.
No.
So
Actually, I think you've told me about it before.
yeah, so I want to
Sounds
drop just a little bit of knowledge about City of Heroes, which I think is fucking sick. And Matt, you can back me up here for anything that I'm misremembering or not remembering correctly, because I'm pretty sure that you spent some time with this game more recently than I have. But so City of Heroes was an MMO about, you guessed it, superheroes. And at the beginning of the game's life cycle, it was still really in depth. But for starters, you could only play as heroes. Then not that long after the launch of the game, they released the first expansion of the game, which was City of Villains, which then changed the entire world that you played in, including creating PvP zones that you could go to fight heroes if you were a villain, or villains if you were a hero. In addition to this, not too far after that, they released their other expansion, City of Heroes. It was Rogues, right? Was that the name of it?
I have no idea.
It was their neutral expansion, so that you could then play as a hero or a villain that could swap between the two willingly, so you could fight on the sides of heroes or villains whenever you wanted to. But you didn't get the full perks of either one, but you got a mixed match of the two, which I think is fucking sick. In addition, it had one of the craziest character builders that an MMO has ever had, and that you could create whatever you wanted. No two heroes ever really looked all that alike, because it was pretty much taking whatever your superhero, supervillain fantasy was and putting it onto a screen that you could fully customize. In the beginning, you could select. Oh God, it was you could select your role from the very beginning. So you could choose whether or not you wanted to be like a tank, a DPS. I believe they differentiate it between ranged and melee. You could be a summoner. You could select specifically that you wanted to be a healer or crowd control. And then each of those had at least 10 different options for a subtype that you wanted. And you would choose the origin of your powers as well. So you could choose whether you want it to be like a natural thing, like a chemical thing, a technology-based thing, a cosmic-based thing, alien-based. And that would affect the options that you had. But for each of them, there was just a wealth of abilities that you could choose from. It has one of the most in-depth, not only power creators, but character creators, and that you can choose, like, whether you wanted to have weird goat legs, or you could have regular legs, or you could have no legs at all if you wanted to. In addition to, like, being able to choose your modes of transportation and all that. Did you ever play DC Universe Online? Take that and make it better by a million times. And I never got far enough into the game to actually get this far. But they also did a really sick thing where they had their sidekick system. So the grind of getting up to, like for most MMOs, playing through up to whatever the level cap is usually, you know, your trial of the game. That's usually you getting into it and being like, all right, do I like this enough to actually play the real game when you get to the end game? And that's when you actually start doing shit. You should know that grind from Destiny, you know, pretty well.
I hate
then
that
you actually
cycle.
start to do shit. Yep. Yeah, it's a terrible cycle. But the way that City of Heroes tried to make it a little bit better is it encouraged high-level players that are in that end game to play with early-level players by creating the sidekick system. So a high-level player could take on a lower-level player as a sidekick. And what it would do is it would kind of even out the monsters, but each player would get rewards as if it was a monster that was, you know, 2 levels higher. So they would do it based on both characters' statistics. So if the lower level player fought a monster that would be higher level for him, he would get rewards as if it was, you know, several tiers higher than him, but not to the point where it would be too extreme because both players would be fighting it. It was actually a really cool way of reducing the grind for a lot of people by encouraging player relations. It also made the game really player friendly, and reduced a lot of the toxicity in the following of the game because you were so encouraged to play with low level characters that you were like, oh, look at this fucking scrub, and instead actually it encouraged you to actually like help lower level players get to the point where they want to be, which I think is really cool. There was something else about the game that I'm forgetting.
Sorry, Jason. You might have forgotten your point, but you can get there. I promise you. You have the ability to get to your point. I know it.
What is the point that I've forgotten? That I like City of Heroes and that I want to play it?
Is that the point?
I don't know. I'm just kind of talking.
I feel like you were going somewhere with this, and now I'm kind of disappointed.
I'm thinking. No, I definitely had a point at some point. How many times can I say point?
It's fucking gone now. The point's gone.
No,
You lost
no,
it.
no,
You
no,
threw
no,
it into
no,
the
no,
fucking
no.
train, and it's just gone. You let
It's-
your train of thought left with your point, and you're just here mumbling at the side of the road.
That's true. No, I really wish that more MMOs utilized that level of creativity and gave you that level of freedom that has kind of been taken away in favor of the MMO grind. And it's nearly impossible to find an MMO that doesn't function similarly to every other MMO. Like, you get into that grind, and it's all about what's your favorite aesthetic. Do you want to do this in the world of Final Fantasy? Do you want to do this in the world of Elder Scrolls? Do you want to do this in DC Universe? No? Alright, go play WoW.
Alternatively,
That's
you
what it
can go
always comes
play
back to.
like...
You forgot about Space Wizards.
Jason, what the fuck? Or Kai, what the fuck did you just say?
I said that you forgot Space
yeah.
Wizards.
Space Wizards.
You too
Yep.
can be Star Wars.
Yep. Or you can go play the Star Wars games.
I was talking about Destiny.
I mean, there are unique MMOs. They are
Star Wars
not
works,
popular
too.
by any means, though. You have to go out of your way to try and find those fuckers.
Yep.
Like
A lot of
Worms
them just get
Online.
buried. Did you say Worms Online?
WURMS. Worms. Like dragon worms. Like wyverns were wabbit.
I was thinking of worms.
Yeah,
like
I know
the-
what you were thinking. Everyone would
Yeah,
think of
okay.
WORMS.
Oh, yes, I know this game.
MMO from those
Yes.
games.
I
Yeah.
played Worms for a while, and I wanted to be a ghost.
Yeah.
And shoot lasers.
It's
I
not
don't
really
remember
thing
a
you
whole
can
lot
do.
about this game.
It's not really a thing you can do. You can die and be a ghost for a little while, but you can't really be a ghost forever. I wanted to be a ghost forever.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. I know that I very briefly looked into it at one point because we had a conversation like years ago about this.
Because I played it for a little while. And that game
Yeah.
is very unique. There is
I-
a skill for everything.
Everything?
Remember Kumo Desuga?
No. I don't.
Kumo Desuga? Fucking, I'm a spider, so what?
Yes, yes, yeah. Yes. I don't know
Literally
about its
that.
Japanese name, but yes.
Literally that. Actually just that.
Huh. That's actually fucking sick.
Yes. It's Worms Online was very interesting for the time I played it. I'm pretty sure I encountered a person who was a tiger. It feels like a I feel like it feels like a drug dream now because of how fucking weird it was. All I really remember is that everyone looked butt ugly. It was really hard to look stylish because every piece of clothing was like neon or dirt green. And I have never had the experience of feeling like a lost bitch boy child before more intensely than in here.
You're just like,
Leaving the-
help me.
Leaving the tutorial island was one of the most difficult things I'd ever performed, and I'm not certain it was worth it. I was the king
no.
of that island, and then I walked out into the world where I was a bitch. Aimless and wandering forever, with only one goal in mind, and that goal was, man, I really want more spooky necromancer powers.
Man, I really want to be a ghost.
I really want to be a ghost. Not enough video games let me play as a ghost, but we've had that conversation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? That actually kind of reminds me of the time that a lot of people had with Star Wars Galaxies.
Were you a ghost in Star Wars Galaxies?
No,
Oh,
not
no,
about
okay.
that. No, the other part of the point. No,
I
that
understand now.
the game being so fucking empty, but like so many weird fucking things happened in that game. That was a game that I did play a little bit. That was one of my like only like kind of reasonably like amount of time spent in a fucking game. That game instanced. Oh my god. Okay, so one of the big things about that game is that special enemies dropped special items, but they were always in world where anyone could access, and there was only a like finite number of them in that world. So what you would get is people that were hunting for really good gear, and then you'd have like 100 players surrounding one mob, trying to get the last hit on it desperately, as everyone tried to dogpile this thing, and there was so much infighting. And then there were the people that chose to just sit in the bar and talk, because that was the thing that you could do in that game, just be a bard.
That's what
and just sit there.
Listen, you've never been in Goldshire in fucking WoW.
That's true. I haven't.
The one bar that is RP'd to death. RP servers behold. Old Goldshire.
Man, WoW has come so far.
It has, but hey, I want to throw it out there. The best MMO the two best MMOs I'd ever played were Phantasy Star Online 2, which is still ongoing to this day, and if you have any way of playing it, I recommend doing it immediately. There are easy guides to play it in English, even though it's Japanese only. I heavily recommend it. It's an incredibly fun game. It's been here for like 10 years. I don't think it's dying anytime soon. And Dragon's Dogma Online. While being absolute shit and contrived, I absolutely adore that game. I just wish I could play it more.
Man.
Because, hey, guess what? Filthy Gaijins aren't allowed. Even though it's sold better in the West than it did in Japan, and I don't understand that.
Japan doesn't like to let us in on their MMOs.
You can Google search right now, Phantasy Star Online 2, and the English site probably still says coming soon.
I'm not surprised. At all.
So both Phantasy Star Online 2 and Dragon's Dogma Online are action MMOs that play a lot more like traditional action games. Phantasy Star Online 2 being absolutely amazing in my opinion. I played that game multiple times, and I've played as the traditional mage type, I've played as a traditional fighter type, and I've played as the traditional ranger type. And they're all incredibly fun to play. I think the ranger type was the least amount of fun I had with it, and then it was mage, and then it was fighter being the most fun. Fighters are really in there, have a lot of fun with the combat, hitting weak points, getting in, bashing the opponent, and dodging attacks. Mage, you get to throw cool spells, and it was always super exciting whenever you got a new spell or was able to upgrade your spell. Because you didn't, get them off a traditional class list, you got them as drops, which was always really interesting. And of course, as a mage, I could roleplay as a Yu-Gi-Oh character because one of the things you had were throwable cards that shot spells for you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That makes sense.
It's a really fun action game. You can play as a robot. Hey, did I forget to mention you can play as a robot? You look like a mecha. Did you want to play as an Eva? Ava? Yeah, you can do that. You can also play as your anime girl.
There's really something that to be said about those action MMOs that are really fun.
PSO 2 is really good. Play it. I know you won't, Jason, even though I keep telling you to.
I think I downloaded it at one point actually, and I played it for 15 minutes and was like, all right, I'm confused at the Japanese, and then didn't continue.
Download the English installers, which are really easy.
I think when I get a better computer, I'm actually gonna try and do a deep dive into MMOs.
Do it
for a little bit to actually get relive some of my
become a PC gamer.
You know what other game I played a good amount?
Poor guy.
Vindictus.
Please.
Vindictus. Yes, that was a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I when I played it didn't have a whole lot. It was still relatively new. But apparently they've added a fuck ton of content to that game, including heroes that you can play as.
Yep, there's a lot of classes you can play as, and there's a lot of content. If you like beating shit up, Vindictus is really good for it. Just don't expect to get to the late game very easily.
No, that was another thing, because isn't there a paywall in Vindictus too?
Kind of, but it's a numbers wall.
Oof.
Where it's
Yeah.
like, you can either grind forever and try to get really good gear to get over the numbers wall, or buy something you shit.
Yeah. There's a way to get over this. I really liked the aesthetic of that game. There was the what? Oh god, was it the dual blades weapon type that allowed you to transform into like a demon? That shit was fucking radical.
I have no idea.
It was so cool.
There was another game like Vindictus that I played, but what was it? Can't remember. It was very interesting, and now I'm just thinking about Ultima Online, which is different as different can get. Ultima
Yeah.
Online was basically the MMO without stats.
I don't remember that one.
If I'm
I know the
remembering
name,
correctly,
but I don't.
Ultima
remember.
Online was everyone's in a medieval kingdom, and no one's really got stats. You can go build shit and make shit and know how to do stuff. That's how you survive. And most of the time, people would just come at you with a sword, fucking chop you up. You're done. Because you didn't know how to do anything. You fucking not wearing armor peasant.
Get fucked, boy.
I want to go back in
Oh,
time so I can club a knight with a rock.
Yeah, it's very effective.
I
Hit him in
wanna
the back
do
of the
that
head and then
because,
just don't
like,
stop hitting him.
I want to do that, right? Because, like, armor... So, like, plate armor is the biggest dick-waving thing you can do against peasants. It is basically Westworld, where you cannot die and then you can just go murder and rape the NPCs that you like. But, like, in a real-life scenario, has it happened in history? That's what plate armor is. It's the nobles flexing their dick on you, especially if they're fighting peasants. Because, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you going to do? You going to try and stab me? Where? I'm made
Usually
of
in the
metal.
armpit.
Yeah,
Usually
that's
in the armpit. Yeah.
that is where you're supposed to. But if you're a fucking peasant, do you know that? Maybe you've heard wind of it. Maybe someone kind of told you that. But he's got a broadsword. Do you want to be close to that?
No, you
Exactly.
don't.
It's the biggest dick waving of all time, and that just makes me angry, unreasonably so. So I just want to I want to go back in time and fucking knock the knight off his high horse in both a proverbial and literal manner.
Just fucking throw rocks at him, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, it works. That's the thing, is that was the most effective way to kill a knight, was to just chuck rocks at him. Because what's gonna happen? Your armor's gonna crumple and then kill you, dummy!
Oh, it's not like that, but yeah, blunt damage is still effective against knights. Do it.
It was very effective against knights.
Fucking make their ears ring. Blunt damage is always effective.
Clubs and maces were super effective. That was actually one of the reasons, is because if you hit someone with that was wearing plate armor, the plate armor can crumple inwards and can injure them as well. It's why you go for the head of a knight, because you can dislodge the helmet, and then they can't see you because there's a tiny slit. Fuck you guys. You know what else was really cool? Jousting.
Hey, Jay.
Jousting was rad.
Have you ever seen I've probably talked to you about this before, but have you ever seen like peasants half-handing swords? And by
Yes.
half-handing, I mean the actual usage of half-handing, like what it meant, which is I'm going to hold my sword upside down now,
Upside down.
so
Yep.
I can bash you with the handle.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was more effective than hitting them with the blade. Yeah.
By the way, Mordhau came out recently, and
Yes.
there's a meme amongst people who
Yes.
like ancient medieval combat, which I'm not certain if it's real or not. Might be fully a meme, but it's there was a combat manual that had a technique in it, and combat manuals were written by survivors, so it's shit that should work, and it was end him rightly, which was when you have an opponent who is weak
So
and
good.
battered, you take your sword, you unscrew the pommel, and you throw it at him to kill him. And
so fucking
Mordhau
good.
also has this.
It's so fucking good.
I recommend
I
that,
think-
Jay, when you get your computer, you go ahead and buy Mordhau, and Kai, you should go buy that right now.
I'm absolutely going to. It looks so good. One of my favorite images from it is it's a knight that's he's not actually he's a guy that has a metal helmet, but he's wearing like leather armor for the rest of it. But he has like 18 swords just sticking out of his head, and he's just standing there while a dude in the background is like, bro, gotta get that looked at. Oh my god, it looks so
I
much
love
fun.
old tapestry Old medieval tapestry is hilarious. Like, fucking, especially like people who meme on it and fucking put captions. Like, I love it when you go over to TG and fucking you find just old tapestry threads. Fucking, my favorite was always a big old knight and with a really dumb looking plume bashing another with a hammer, and he's like, "Whose plume is stupid now, George?"
Yeah, God, I really wish that we still lived in a society where it was socially acceptable to stab someone to death because they stepped on your shoe. You felt that it was justifiable, and you challenged them to a duel, and they were dumb enough to say yes.
I mean, that was up until like up until like 40 years ago in England. That was a thing, but I think we've talked about that before as well.
Yes.
They had not
There's
fully
also-
outlawed dueling.
Technically speaking, due to a loophole in the law, it's not illegal to request a trial by combat in the United States.
I imagine that would be a state thing, not on a federal level. But if you can have that happen and no one goes to jail and someone dies, congratulations, you actually found a loophole. But until those conditions are met, I don't think.
It's a loophole that was recently exploited in England. I think it was like 15 years ago.
You said the U.S.
Yeah, no. It was a loophole that, yes, I know. No. So there's a clause in the law that
In which law, the UK or the U.S.?
both. Both
You can't
of them
see
have
it,
it.
but I'm giving you a big shit eye right now.
It was a law that outlaws it specifically that wasn't in play, and there was a loop around to it, but you needed a judge's approval to do that first. So a guy was like, "I demand a trial by combat. It's a fair thing. It's a legal thing." And they were like, "Technically, he's right, but no." And then they fixed the law for that in England that technically has never been resolved here in the United States. But no one's going to accept it. But you need to find a judge that's like, "Yeah, this is fine. I allow this." And then you're good. But you got to find a guy that's willing to let you kill someone to get off the hook.
I don't want to set up my soundboard right now, but I'd play the doubt sound if I could.
Well, you can look it up. You can fact check me on this, but this was something that I was like, this doesn't seem right. And I looked into it. It was like a year and a half ago, though, so I might be wrong on some points. But
I
I'm
don't
like
wanna.
90% sure.
But I don't plan on dueling anyone anyway, so I'll let this lie, and I'll just give you a shit stink eye from like across the room every time I see you now. Make you
Okay.
remember that I doubt you.
I mean, you doubt most of the things that I say, which is probably fair.
Now,
Anyways.
the funny thing is, I was about to bring point to that, where it's like, I'm not certain I do, but I realized that's me doubting you. So,
Yeah. I don't think I agree with it.
oh no.
Oh no! Listen,
proven
all
it
that I'm
right.
saying, all that
Fucking
I'm
played
saying
me like a fiddle.
is that if it was legal, I would challenge you to a duel right now and then televise it. But that's not legal anymore, so I can't kill you.
That's you would challenge me for the duel for doubt of you over the matter of whether or not duels are legal. In which
Yes.
case, you've already resolved your point, but you want to really hammer it home. And you know what,
No,
Jay?
no. Trial
I
by
accept.
combat, not dueling. Not dueling. Dueling is illegal. Trial by combat specifically.
What? So we take off our shirts and fight in the rain?
No. So, trial by combat. So the difference is that the way that it works is in ye olden days, if you were charged of something, you could demand a trial by combat, and what you would do is you had to either choose a champion for you, or you yourself would fight to the death with the official's given champion or the official themselves. So the way that this would work is, let's say you were brought before the king, and you were accused of, I don't know, adultery with the king's wife. So you fucked the queen, and now there's hell to pay for it. But you can say, "I demand a trial by combat." Instead of them judging you, you then have the ability to kill someone else for your freedom.
Now in the modern day, I can only equate this to me having a fist fight with a prosecutor.
Yes, that's pretty much what it is, but the fist fight is to the death.
Yeah. Also, there's
Yeah.
guns, so I'm pretty sure we just upgrade to dueling.
Yes. Probably. That was the more likely scenario. But yes, the trial by combat used to be a thing. And it was fucking sick. Because all you had to do is be like, yeah, I can kill you.
Can I, like, get a boar and have him be my champion?
I wonder. I feel like that would be acceptable.
Like,
I'd probably choose a
jack
gorilla
a
instead,
boar?
but yes.
Can I jack... So, I'm trying to think of, like, medieval England. And, like, can I jack a boar up with some crushed fucking... some hard coke and, like, just have him go ham in the ring and that be my champion?
I don't see why that would be unacceptable.
I'm
but
putting my
also,
money on the
I feel like that
drugged up
wouldn't be
pig.
acceptable. I feel like there would be a reason why that wouldn't be okay.
He's my champion! Accept him!
Accept him.
Accept my trial by combat. Get in the ring. I don't count anything until you're in the ring with him. You want to shoot him from there, fine. But not until you're in the ring.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I'd legit, like a drugged up boar, if it still had its tusks, I'd be fucking afraid to fight that.
Yeah, dude, that would be fucking horrifying. That would be so scary.
And this brings us back to,
Don't want to end up like
As
King
well?
Robert. Sorry, Game of Thrones reference.
I was going to say,
The king from the first season got
dumbass.
killed by a boar.
Yeah, kind of. Not really.
this brings us all the way back to me reinstating blood
He
sports.
was killed by a boar, but there's other stuff.
We just need strong boxers to fight boars who can punch their skulls in with one hit.
World-class boxers. Where's Tyson when we need him?
Exactly.
Get in the ring with that tiger, buddy.
So, we've had Jazargo, we've had Aiko, but Sam didn't say anything.
No, he's probably dead.
If he
somewhere.
says anything before, like,
Oh,
the next minute, or, like, the next 20 minutes, we'll have our lottery, by the way.
Our trifecta. Yeah, we've had all of them.
Except Sam. He just hasn't said
except
anything.
Sam.
He's been here, but he hasn't said
Sam.
anything.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. He's somewhere. He probably went into a corner somewhere and died. That's really sad. He's like 22.
Jesus, I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah,
Old
he's-
I
cat.
thought he was like 15.
No, he's like, how old am I? I'm 20. I'm 22. He's like 20.
Jesus.
Yeah, got him when I was really little. Yeah.
Yeah, Mocha's the same. I think Mocha is 22.
Mocha's
And
been
here I am
23,
counting
think.
on, like, Gypsy dying in a couple years.
Yeah, she is.
Gypsy's only like 13.
Yeah. No.
I mean, cats normally don't live that long, but it.
Yeah. it
Gypsy
does.
will
varies
totally
a
die
lot.
in a couple years. Gypsy has terrible health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She also doesn't have the best respiratory system.
That's just her face. That's just her face. Smush face.
Yeah. Yep.
No, she has
But-
different problems. Fucking. This is not
Well-
a cat based.
because-
This is not a cat based podcast. This is a bear based podcast.
It is a bear based.
It is now!
Fuck. God damn it.
Oh yeah.
It's so true.
So if I capture a bear, can I use that as my champion?
I really want to say yes. I would accept it as the king.
Who knows?
But then again,
If a guy fucked your
I would
wife,
be.
if a guy fucked your wife and you didn't just immediately decapitate him and he invoked a trial by combat and he brought a bear to the table, you would say, yeah, okay.
I'd be like, I elect the queen as the champion here.
I could see that, Matt. Honestly.
I'd
there
make
any
him
way-
use the bear to kill my wife.
Ha.
No,
I would be a terrible king.
you would be.
And that's
Yes.
why it needs to happen.
You'd fuck your little sister as your wife and then you kill her with a bear.
I would be that king. They'd be like, who is this man? And I'd be like, I don't know, everybody wears just a hats, it's the law! And they'd be like, no, someone take him out of the throne. I'd be like, surprise, there is no throne. It's just a bunch of dudes. And then I'd make the throne a bunch of dudes.
You'd sit on a bunch of men.
Sit on a bunch of men,
Jesus
yes.
Christ.
And it would be legal. They'd have to do it.
Once
Is it
again,
just
not
like-
surprising.
Would they take this away from me? No.
your reign is like so. You would be that fucking crazy king, especially with the incest thing going on.
Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna lie to you here. If incest was like if I was a king in medieval England, I would probably be an incestuous king.
I would have said Wales, but so like
Wales too. Anywhere in Europe.
I just thought of this. So, what if Jason wasn't a sibling, but he still had the little sister thing going on as king, so he had people pretend to be his sister for this express reason. But then he habitually kills them with bears. So he can have a new one every couple... Damn it! This is just like fucking Duke Edmund from Dragon's Dogma.
Oh my god.
You just pretend everyone's your little sister, and then you have someone cuckold you when you kill them with a bear in a way to escape and deal with pain.
It's so good. I really do appreciate that you can just fuck the Duke's wife.
Yeah. It's a good time,
my God.
especially because the Duke was a real piece of shit in that game and tries to strangle her out.
Yeah.
And that's before you
beat
fuck
him
her.
up as an old man. It's so good. Dragon's Dogma was a great game.
Also, Emily said that she did research, and in technical terms, trial by combat has never been outlawed, but it will never be permitted in a court of law because there's a lot of stuff that would get in the way. But hand-to-hand combat is permitted to solve this problem in some states, which we have talked about before. With
Fuck you, Matt. I was right.
All right, there we go. I'm still doubting the UK and US law, but that's all right.
So I learned this because I looked into this because I heard the story about the guy that did it, and like there are similar bylaws about like the conduct of like violence and murder between the two, and they were there's a similar clause in both of them that allows trial by combat because we developed the system because it was identical to the one used in England, and then we like removed it.
Okay.
Or they removed it, but they didn't fully take it away. And in the same thing, because our law was based on that, it like never fully made the cut when we changed it. Thus why this man was able to request it, so the UK changed the law.
All
and
right.
we didn't because it's never come up for us.
Yeah.
All right. So, you've just fucked the king's wife. All
And
right,
then
no, okay,
Emily
go,
also
okay.
Emily also said that you would definitely be just like the Mad King
absolutely.
from Game of Thrones, and that you'd be a Targaryen, especially with the hair recently. And then we both agreed that you would be the really lame kind of Targaryen, like
No. So I'm like, once again, I would not be a lame king. It would be fucking wild. People would be like, "Wait, what do you mean we all have to fight for survival?" And I'd ride into a town and be like, "One of you may survive, and you will become the new king." And
That is
then
a
they'd
terrible-
fight to the death. They'd fight to the death, and then I'd 1v1 them. But 1v1ing them would be me being like, "Fight my bear!"
God damn it.
And-
Okay. So you've just fucked the king's wife. You have to choose your champion because you're frail and weak and you can't fight this guy that they're pulling out, who's essentially the headsman, but he's in armor now. They're allowing you to use an animal, but they have to judge whatever animal it is. What's the most benign seeming thing you can throw into that ring that you think will allow you to live?
And I'm the one that fucked the king's wife.
Yes, you fucked the king's wife. You're not the king in this situation.
Ooh.
Was the king's wife in this situation Jason's little sister?
I am not the king in this
If
situation.
this helps your immersion, the king took Jason's
No.
little wife as his sister, and then Jason fucked that. So if that helps your immersion,
Wait, hold on. The king took Jason's little
did I
wife
fucking
as his
dyslexia
sister?
that shit up.
little sister as his wife.
All right,
Oh my
yeah, okay.
God. That's so funny. Holy shit. Oh, holy shit.
But yes, that's what I meant, Jason. Not that he took your little sister as his wife.
Oh my god, holy shit. I'm trying to think. What animal would I bring? That's seemingly alright. Maybe a Komodo dragon.
Do you think they'd allow
Like,
that shit
my
in?
pet lizard. I'd say my pet lizard, and then they'd be like, "Whoa!" It would totally lose the fight. But no, I'm changing it. A cassowary.
Oh yeah, that would totally work. They wouldn't know what fucking
they-
hit them.
And I'd be like, yes, go, my pet bird.
I have a flightless bird. My giant chicken.
It's like a chicken, but big. And they'd be like, all right,
Blue
I guess.
and
And then
big.
they'd be like, what the fuck is that? Imagine you're expecting some kind of big flightless bird and you get a cassowary.
It's a fucking
And it
raptor.
just kills you. Fuck, that would be so scary.
Jason, you gotta word it differently. Instead of just calling it chicken, you gotta say you brought your big cock, just like the big cock you put in your wife. And then the king gets even more
real
mad.
hard.
While I'm saying that, I go around for a high five. No one really wants to take it, but there's one dude that like slowly walks up and is like, I got you.
There's just one guy in the background who's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of shies away.
It's Kai supporting me from the
Also,
distance.
Emily brought up the perfect animal to use, the rabbit
Shit!
from Monty Python.
Yep.
Ah,
Oh, man, that would be fucking sick.
Just
what
kills
a
everyone.
terrifying
Shit.
beast.
Oh my
You got
God.
any ideas,
A
Kai?
giant rabbit would be horrifying.
No, not really. Trying to think of something. I don't think of anything.
I was
good.
trying to find a way to incorporate fish into the matter. Because I was thinking, like, what if I can, like, somehow coerce a school of fish to suffocate this man? But I don't know if that'll work out.
Have we talked about the emu war on podcast?
Yes, we've talked about the emu war.
All right. I just wanted to confirm that. That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Oh my God.
What's like shit? How do I work this to sneak a leech into his urethra?
Some really good sleight of hand.
Oh God.
What do you mean?
You gotta,
Where's
like-
the animal? You're already fighting it.
Give him a mosquito with
Horrifying.
malaria.
I don't win today, but I'll win in 9 months.
Goodbye, England.
He just fucking bolts.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's great. Fucking chemical warfare. Jesus
oh my
Christ.
fucking God.
It's awful.
Who would win, all of England or some infected rats?
Shit. Oh no, that's actually you just bring a bag of rats. Yeah, fight it. I dare you. I'm already going to die. I don't care.
Oh my God.
You think I'm making it out of this alive?
Fight
None
my
of you are
20
either.
rats. I already pissed in the
Imagine
water
being
supply.
that level of petty.
Jesus Christ.
You're willing to kill the entire country because they're gonna kill you.
Yeah,
Because
you're
you
that
fucked
petty.
your little sister,
Yep. I
who
mean,
is
I
also the
didn't.
queen.
I mean, that's not me in the scenario. I fucked your sister in the scenario.
That's true. Oh my God, that would be so fucking good.
Why does
be
it always
so
have to come back to your sister who doesn't
I-
exist?
The one that I don't have.
I need to stress that.
My favorite part is that if anyone, I
If
wish
an-
you had it, because if there's people that like just watch the podcast and not the streams, they would be completely out of the loop
no,
of this
that's
joke.
like it's a thing. Yeah,
And it'd be thrown
Don't worry,
off
we
by
still have
so
time.
much.
People aren't going to see this episode in 5 years.
oh my god, surprise!
Oh my god.
Plot twist. I
It's so
actually have a
fucking
little
good.
sister. I don't.
No!
She's somewhere. That would be terrifying.
No, I hope not.
That
Not for the reasons that you guys think, but for the
Yeah.
reasons that, like, for the separate reasons of me having an unknown little sister somewhere.
actually that is kind of terrifying. I exactly see how. I don't know if like the idea to me that I have a lost sibling somewhere invokes immediate panic in me because I don't know if they're all right. I don't know what it is about
Like-
blood, but like things that are related to me, I immediately need to know are all right.
That's
Wow,
a good boy.
that's such a good
It fucking
boy.
terrifies me to think that someone who shares my blood is suffering in a way I can't help them, because that's not fair at all.
Yeah, that's kind of sad,
Huh.
Yeah.
man.
And that's why I don't like the idea of having a long-lost sibling, especially if they're in dire straits. If they're well off, oh yeah, sure, okay, have a good life.
No. They're definitely suffering.
Dude, I love Dire Straits from JoJo.
They're definitely suffering. They're related to you. Everyone in your family suffers somehow.
Strazio was a guy.
Yep. We're gonna not
Just
talk
gonna
about
move
that
on.
anymore. Guys, how do I become a genie?
I think no, we talked about this.
Shove
We talked
yourself
about
into
this.
a
Gene
lamp.
splicing. Just wait until it happens.
Yes! Fuck, you're right.
No, Matt, it's called
Genie
genie
splicing.
splicing. Come on.
It becomes a fad to become the Aladdin genie in the future. So much so it becomes called
fuck,
genie
you're right.
splicing.
You are absolutely correct. Fuck.
Oh.
How many people
my
will just
God,
pitch their
God
vocal
damn it.
cords to work like Robin Williams?
A lot of people.
A lot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hullabaloo!
probably.
Jason included.
I actually saw a mashup
God.
of fucking Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me and the Fairly Odd Parents opening, and it worked really well. They have the same
Damn.
kind of beat going on.
Huh. Weird.
Hmm.
I really like Aladdin.
Yeah, I really like the Fairly Odd Parents opening. The old one.
Good. We have separate things here.
We both
Completely-
have a stake in this
completely
conversation.
separate.
Listen, I also
We both
like
have a stake
Aladdin,
somewhere in this
but
conversation.
I needed to make sure that someone gave some love to the fucking Timmy was an average kid.
Timmy is an average kid that nobody
Was.
understands.
Was
Is it was?
it may not be was in the lyrics, but it is now. Because fucking Fairly Odd Parents is, I'm pretty sure, dead.
Oof.
Its final season is either airing or has aired,
Oof. Man.
and it was a
That
bad
child is
season.
dead. Ah.
Don't worry,
That's
it
why
was a
we gotta
bad
find
season.
more.
They never. I've talked about this before because I have a fucking obsession with the old cartoons that I used to love. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking expand all the good characters they had or any of the good resources they had. And Butch is kind of a hack.
That's true. These are all true things.
Yeah. I feel like we had like an entire
We did.
podcast once where we talked about this stuff. Also, no new episodes have aired since July 26th,
Yep, that was
2017.
probably the last
Fairly
season.
Odd Parents.
That's sad. My life is sad now.
Mhm.
Don't worry, there'll be other cartoons. Other revolutionaries will come and go and die.
There are actually. There's a couple of them that I like.
What,
I really
what do you
want
mean now, Jason?
to watch that I haven't that kill me. Like I really need to see Gravity Falls.
Gravity
That
Falls
series
is worth the
supposed to be
time. It's
fucking
pretty fun.
amazing.
It also relates totally back to your obsession with your little sister. Just saying.
Does it? Fuck. I
Totally
need to watch
does.
it now. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Okay. All right. What?
Anyways,
Oh my god. I just thought that
Oh,
message
yeah.
you sent me, Jason.
we're about 2 hours in, and it's already a pain enough for me to have to lug files that are this big. So let's end this shit.
Alrighty. Cool. So As always, we are Some Schmucks. You can find us on our group Twitter at Some Schmucks. Additionally, we have our Facebook and YouTube of the same name. Please look those up. They help us a lot if you guys do the likey likes. I'm
I just
Jason.
want anyone here. They don't even have to like at this moment. Just be here. Exist.
Be present. I mean, we have 6 people right now, which is great. Thank you guys. We love you very much. Yeah. Kai, where can we find you?
At some_conformist.
And if you
my
ever, for
personal-
whatever... Oh, okay.
Yeah, my personal Twitter is at FoxShadow, FAWX Shadow. I don't know why that fucked up my name, but whatever. And Matt, what were you going to say?
Before I interrupted you, because I thought you had already said it, but I guess I wasn't paying enough attention because I'm kind of sleepy, is for any reason you want to email us, well, you got an email you can hit us up at. It's schmucksredactedcast@gmail. Schmucks, like SHMUCKS? I don't fucking know.
UCKS. Yes. Yep, that would be correct.
Schmuck.
Yes.
It's the same as we spell it. Anyway, you can schmucksredactedcast@gmail. You can fucking email me there. No one has. You can be the first.
Yeah. And
We
additionally,
can swap feet pics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be weird. But I mean, we can do that if.
Please don't actually try to
Want-
swap feet pics with me.
I guess just email us
I got weird
which
feet.
of our feet you want, and we'll work it out. They're $10.
I got
We're
weird
done.
feet.
Okay, no, fuck this.
Okay.
We're done. Kai,
All
don't
right.
take us out. There's
Goodbye,
no more showing.
guys.
Wait, we're also selling Gamer Girl
No,
Pete
not the
for
girl.
Emily.
No, cut it out. Cut it out.
You
No
want me to
gamer girl
email
Pete.
us
We're
about
done.
that?
Cut us out. Get it. No, out.